All right, so we're finishing up our series, our empowerment series, right? So we're on the fourth one. This one, last week was courage. We did grounding, we did energy. This one is joyful gratitude. So it's just kind of being happy and content with where we are, right? Not so easy the way things are, but we're going to give it a shot. So we're going to try to tap into that by just getting into big, expansive movements. Okay, just opening up our heart to accept all that stuff. So we'll be a little bit flowy today. Just as always, when you need a break, take one. If you need to come out of a pose, go ahead and do it. Join in when you can. Just listen to your own body. You don't have to do every variation of every pose. So know that. All right. The other thing is keeping in tune with your breath, right? So that's what we're really going to think about when we take those big expansive movements, is moving with our breath. All right. So breathing in through the nose, out through the nose, breathing to the belly. Nothing should be painful. Maybe a little uncomfortable, but not painful. If it's painful, come on out. All right. So let's get started. Today, we're going to start standing. So already we're starting. We're going to get on our feet. Let's come to the top of the mat for mountain pose. So you're making those adjustments, feet hips width, toes at 12 o'clock. Lift your toes, spread them, lower them back to the floor. We're going to start pressing into the four corners of the feet. And then we're going to draw those inner thighs and ankle bones inward, right? Screwing the feet into the floor. Soften your knees. Neutral pelvis, right? So just a slight tuck of the tailbone. So don't do so much that you're losing that natural curve of your spine. Just enough that you feel engaged. That also helps engage the abdominals, right? So hips to ribs here, ribs to hips. Whatever that means for you. See if you can feel that engagement. See if you can lengthen your spine out of your pelvis and then draw your shoulders back, shoulder blades down and in, turn your palms forward. Spread your fingers, be nice and open here. Lengthen up through the back of your neck. This is where we're going to close our eyes and rest for a moment here. So you can keep a little bit of energy in the pose, but you don't have to push in too tightly. So feel steady and balanced, but not overly exerting yourself, right? You just want to feel energized, but also relaxed. Close your eyes and begin to tune into the flow of your breath. So just touching in with the natural flow of the breath for a moment, feeling it enter and exit the nostrils. And maybe check in on that next anchor of mindfulness, which is your body. What are you feeling in your body today? What's the quality of your body? Physically, your muscles, your joints, your bones. Maybe the systems of the body that you can feel. We've already tapped into the breath, but see if maybe you can feel or sense your heart rate, your heart beating. Or maybe how you're feeling in your digestive system. That can depend on anything that you might have eaten last night. Those things change, right? Just notice. Notice your energy levels. Are you feeling sluggish or raring to go? And then finally, that third anchor of mindfulness, which is your mind, your emotions. What's the quality of your thoughts today? Are we negative Nelly, or are you feeling really positive? Are you feeling sad or happy? Are you feeling anxious or at peace? Just notice. We're not judging, just checking in. Then just allow your breath some time to begin to tend to those areas that need it. Let your full breath bring energy, the rhythm of your breath, calmness. In any areas that feel tight or stuck physically, guide your breath to that space. Let every inhale fill, create space. Every exhale, soften and release tension. Feel that tension as it flows out like the breath, right through the nostrils, right out and out of the body. Then begin to move into your controlled yoga breathing. right? So this is the key to our practice. Inhale more deeply. See if you can sip a little bit more air in. Exhale completely. Push a little more air out with each breath. Inhale deep. Exhale complete. Let that deep breath become even. The length of the inhale matches the length of the exhale. So count your exhale if you need to, especially if you're not a seasoned yogi. Sometimes once you've been doing it for so long, it comes natural. But if it doesn't quite for you yet, or maybe check in from time to time, count the length of that exhale and match the inhale to it. Is it a count of 3, 2, 1? Maybe it's more, but match the inhale to that same count. And then finally, smooth each breath, flowing right into the next. Inhale to the exhale. Exhale to the inhale. And maybe you can just sort of check in at that point when one becomes the other. It's a smooth transition, but you might just notice that split second. And now continuing to stay with that breath, let's take a big inhale. Arms come way out to the sides, all the way up and overhead. Bring the fingertips together to touch. And then exhale, deflate all the way down. Let each of these movements take your whole breath. Inhale all the way up, fingertips touch. Exhale, empty all the way down. See if you can connect that movement to the breath. So if you get your arms all the way up there and you're still inhaling, stay there until you finish your inhale. Same thing on the exhale. So imagine as you're doing this that you're filling up a balloon and you're trying to fill up that balloon, stretching it as much as it can go, right? We've all seen that when you blow up a balloon, it gets thinner and thinner, right? As it gets bigger and bigger. Just picture that as you breathe. All right, the next time we come up, filling up that balloon, interlace your fingers, index finger pointing up, steeple finger grip. On your next exhale, up and over to the right. So a little bit of a side bend. We're trying to press those fingertips into the wall and ceiling crease, right? Grounding down through the left foot. Maybe turn your gaze, if you like, toward that upper arm, if that feels okay in the neck. If not, just keep the head neutral. Fill the lungs on the left side of your body. Just feeling those ribs pull apart a little bit. And now inhale back to center. Exhale up and over to the other side, right? So you're reaching up, then extending out, right? Get as much space as you can. Ground down through the right foot. Check in with your gaze. Where do you want that to be? Inhale, back up to center. Release the hands, palms face one another. Press your fingers up toward the ceiling, then soften your shoulders. Abs on, lift your chest. So the sternum, your chest bone, pressing up between your hands, right? See how that feels. Be sure the abs are on so you're not dumping into the low back. Next inhale, rise up, exhale, fold. Long, flat back. So our forward fold flow. Inhale, lead with your arms, shoulders, upper back, all the way up. Beautiful. Just continue to move with your own breath. Every exhale as you come down. Every inhale as you rise. So we're slowly warming up here the back side of the body, right? Warming up the hamstrings, warming up the glutes. Yes, just moving with your breath, keeping the spine long. So when you're coming down and when you're coming up, your spine, it's like a tabletop, right? You got this. Keep moving with the breath. Tune in. Breath and movement. Big, expansive movements. All right, so now we're going to think about holding. So the next time you come down, let's hold that forward fold. So this is where the blocks come in handy, or props of any kind. Rest your hands on them if they don't reach the floor. Let's wiggle forward and back a little bit, sort of rolling to the toes and the heels, kind of evening out the weight in the feet. And then rest, pressing the feet evenly into the floor, the front and the back. Now imagine here on your inhale breath, you can feel the breath expand the backs of your legs as you press your sit bones toward the sky. And on your exhale, see if you can soften down the length of the spine, bringing your belly and chest close to the thighs. So just feeling that inside every time you breathe, see if it feels a little more spacious in the back of those legs. And every time you exhale, see if the spine feels just a bit longer. Soften any tension you're holding in your jaw. All right, next inhale, let's rise all the way back up, long, flat back. On the exhale breath, let's cut right down through center with your hands in prayer, right to heart. Base of the thumbs, beneath the sternum and between the ribs. Tune back into the flow of your breath and see if you can feel the movement from your abdomen as it rises all the way up to that space behind your thumbs. Feeling each inhale breath, each exhale breath. Filling and emptying. Now take a moment as you rest here to call to mind something that brings joy to your life, something that you love, something that you're grateful for. It could be a person, it could be a thing, it could be just a feeling or a goal, whatever it is. Just rest in that thought and your breath. Let that become your intention for your practice. So you'll bring to mind that thought again and again throughout your practice. Being grateful for it. And now let's begin our Sun A. Inhale your arms high. Reach up, press your chest high. Exhale, fold. Nice, long, flat back. Next inhale, slide your hands halfway up the legs. Remember, we're looking for length here and we're looking to activate the upper back. So staple those shoulder blades in toward your spine. Feel the upper back work. Yes. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, take a step back with your right foot, then your left to plank. So choose your plank. Remember, plank can be knees up or down. So let's grip the mat with our fingertips, our knuckles, the heels and palms of our hands, and push the floor away. Feel your shoulder blades pull apart. If your knees are lifted, press your heels back and drag your hips toward your ribs toward your hips, right? So abs on. So you should feel really strengthened here, working every muscle. Exhale, rock forward, lower down through knees or push-ups. So see if you can graze the rib cage as you lower down. Point the toes behind you. On your inhale breath, lift your chest. Hover your hands. So remember, long back of the neck here. We're gazing out in front of the mat. Drag your elbows back towards your hips. So we're still trying to activate that upper back a little bit. Don't let those toes pull off the floor. Exhale, lower down. Either take a child's pose or roll your toes under, prepare, exhale, push the floor away to plank, then down dog. Beautiful. Now let's pedal our feet a little bit here in downward dog. Let's get some length. All right, release the heels and gaze to the top of the mat. Take a step up with your right foot, then your left. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. Take a big breath in. Let it go. Big breath in. Get rid of all that ick. Blow it all out the mouth. Nice. Big inhale, arms high. One movement, one breath. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left foot back, then right. From your plank, exhale, rock forward, lower down. Inhale, baby cobra, lift the chest, hover. Exhale, lower down, take a child's pose, or prepare. Exhale, plank to down dog. Inhale, gaze to the top of your mat, step up left, then right. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Nice, big, expansive movement. And exhale, hands to heart. Big breath in. Let it go. In. And out. Let's go again. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, lower. Inhale, right, then left. Exhale, rock forward, lower down. This time, inhale, choose your cobra. Maybe you want to come up a little higher. That's okay, or stay where you were. Exhale, lower down. Child's pose or prepare. Exhale, plank to down dog. Inhale, gaze forward, take a step up right, then left from tabletop or down dog. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. So remember, you can always make that down dog a tabletop. Breath in and out. In and out. Now take the left side on your own. Move with your own breath. Close your eyes. No worries about if you're at the same place as anyone else or you miss a pose. Begin on your inhale. That's it. Beautiful. We'll all meet in mountain pose. Once you get to your mountain pose, give yourself the few moments here to recover. Checking in again with your 3 anchors of mindfulness. Maybe call back to mind whatever thought came to mind that you were grateful for. All right, now it's time for Sun B. Here we go. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, lower. Now we know what comes next. Chair pose, sit bones down and back. Arms an extension of your spine or bring them to heart, your choice. Weight in the heels. Tuck the tail, lift your gaze, lift your chest. For 5, 4, 3, 2, we got this. 1, exhale, fold. Beautiful. Take a step back with your right foot. Lower down to the knee. Tuck your tail, sink your hips, lift your arms. Let's see if we can get a little length out of the spine here. So drag it up out of the pelvis. Maybe turn your abs on and lift your chest if you'd like, or just keep the spine long. Exhale, lower the hands. Take a step back to plank. Exhale, rock forward, lower down. Inhale, choose your cobra. Exhale, lower. Child's pose or prepare. Exhale, plank to down dog. Inhale, take the right leg high. Hold for the exhale. Inhale, step that right foot up, lower down to the knee. Tuck the tail, sink the hips, and rise. Exhale, lower. Inhale, step up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Breath in and out. Breath in and out. Left side, inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, lower. Inhale, chair. You know where to go. Exhale, fold. Beautiful. Step back, left foot. Down to the knee. Tuck, sink, and lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale for plank. Exhale, rock forward, lower down. Inhale, choose your cobra. Exhale, lower. Child's pose or prepare plank to down dog. Inhale, take that left leg high. So from downward dog or tabletop. Hold for the exhale. Inhale, step up. Exhale, lower to the knee. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Inhale, push off and step up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Nice. Little recovery here. All right, let's begin again. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, lower. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back right, down to the knee. Tuck the tail, sink the hips, and rise. Exhale, lower. Inhale, plank. Exhale, rock forward and lower down. Inhale, choose your cobra. Or maybe today you want to take an up dog. You could press in, open up your chest, and lift the knees off the floor. So it's almost like you're pressing just into the tops of the feet. Exhale, lower. Inhale, toes, prepare, plank to down dog or child's pose. Inhale, let's take that right leg high. Hold it here for a moment. So now let's press into the hands and press your left heel toward the floor. The hip's going to stay square for a moment. So three-legged dog or tabletop. Now let's all bend that right knee and then stack your right hip over the left. Again, downward dog or tabletop. Either way, see if you can take that thigh a little higher. See if you can press the sole of that foot to the left wall. So those hips are open. Your hips are open to the right wall. Foot pressing to the left. Nice. Now keep that leg open, that hip open, and just straighten the leg. It's like you're trying to touch the back corner of the room with your toes. All right, square off those hips. Hold for the exhale. Inhale, step that right foot up, come down to the knee, kneeling lunge. Inhale, arms high. All right, now on the exhale, we're going to take a twist. So let's take the left hand, plant it inside the foot, on the block or without, your choice. Right hand to the hip. Rotate toward your right wall. Maybe you want to take that right arm high. Maybe you can press off of that back knee. If you want to straighten that leg, lift the back knee off the floor. Push the floor away. So knee down or knee up, hip square. Pushing down through the left hand, really rotate. Keep breathing. And lower the hand. Let's hang on to this low lunge for a moment. So if you can get that back knee off the floor now, press the heel back and press your crown forward. Exhaling, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Now prepare. We're going to push off that back foot. On the inhale, exhale, fold, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way back up. Exhale, hands to heart. Nice. Big breath in. Let it go. Big breath in. And out. Let's take the left side. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, lower. Inhale, chair. Exhale, pull the belly in and fold. Inhale, step back, left foot down to the knee. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Inhale, plank. Exhale, rock forward, lower down. Inhale, choose your cobra or up dog. Exhale, lower. Nice. Roll the toes, prepare. Exhale, plank to down dog or child's pose to tabletop. Inhale, left leg high. So remember, we're keeping it square to start. Don't let that hip open to start. Toes point down, press into your hands, push the weight back into your right heel. Sit bones a little higher, leg a little higher. Now bend that knee. See if you can stack that left hip over the right. So now the hips are open to the left wall. The sole of your foot is reaching back toward that right wall. Now keep that hip open and straighten the leg up and back. See if you can touch the back corner of the room. Now realign your hips. Hold for the exhale. Inhale, step up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. All right, now let's take that twist, easy twist. Exhale, right hand, left hand to hip. Rotate to your left wall. Decide what you want to do with that top arm, hip, or reach up. Then see if you can lift that back knee off the floor. Push the floor away with your right hand. Nice. Exhale, lower down. If that back knee isn't lifted, see if you can lift it now. Hold your low lunge. Reach the heel back, your crown forward. Now, next inhale, bend that knee, push off. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Breath in and out. All right, not quite done yet. We're going to go through one more time, one movement, one breath with those little additions that we had, okay? Inhale, arms high. Remember, it's all about flowing, expansive movements with the breath. Exhale. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, lower. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right foot, down to the knee. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Inhale, plank. Exhale, forward and down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, lower. Inhale, toes, prepare, plank to down dog or child's pose to tabletop. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, open and straighten the leg. Exhale, close those hips, square them off again. Inhale, step up with that right foot, lower down. Beautiful. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, take your twist. Hold for the inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, gaze forward and push off. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. Big breath in. Let it go. In and out. Nice. Big inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, lower. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left foot. Exhale to knee. Inhale, rise. Exhale. Inhale, plank. Exhale, rock forward, lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, lower. Inhale, toes, prepare. Exhale, plank to down dog or child's pose to tabletop. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, open up that hip and stretch that leg long. Exhale, square the hips. Inhale, step up. Exhale to the knee. Inhale, rise. Exhale, take your twist. Hold for the inhale. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, prepare and push off. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. That was beautiful. Nice flow. Close your eyes here, hands at heart or at your sides. Give yourself that moment. Check back in with yourself. Check back in with your intention, those anchors of mindfulness, and just give yourself a moment. All right, let's blink our eyes open. I'm going to turn my mat sideways just so it's easier for you guys to see me because we're going to be focusing on a lot of wide hip postures. So if you want to turn your mats as well temporarily, you can do that too. Or you can keep them right where they are. All right, so we're going to start facing the long edge of the mat. I would say if you're keeping your mat long, you would probably turn to the left. That way we'd all be on the same side. And if not, and if you're totally confused, just make sure you do the opposite side each time. All right, arms are stretched wide. We're gonna take our star pose. So the toes are pointed out about 45 degrees, right? Turn on your abs, lift your chest. Now let's go through our star to horse flow. Exhale, palms come together, knees bend, sit bones are going down and back. First thing, especially the first time you do it, check on those knees. If they're going like this, inward, you got to come up a little higher, bring the feet closer together. We want them right over the toes. It's always going to keep your knees safe. Inhale, star. Exhale, horse. Sit bones down and back. Yes. Inhale, star. Yeah, a couple more. Just move with your breath. All right, the next time we come down, we're going to hold. Come down, palms together, press them into one another, abs on, chest lifted. How's your breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice, open up, star. Beautiful. Now from here, we're going to take a warrior 2, turning out the left foot, wedge the right. All right, so let's bend the left knee. Warrior 2. So what do we have going on in warrior 2? That left heel is lined up with the arch of the right foot. So you're on a tightrope. Hips and ribs are all facing that long edge of your mat. Pull the mat apart with your feet. Grow your spine out of the pelvis and then just soften your shoulders. Gaze over that middle finger and see if you can find your breath here. For 5, 4, you got it. 3, 2, 1. Now from here, we're just going to pivot to the right side. So pivot, point the right toes out, wedge the left, warrior 2 on this side. Now you want to check on that knee as it's stacked over the ankle and you can see your big toe. Press into your feet, grow your spine, and breathe. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Give yourself a moment. Shake out your legs if you need to, because we're going to add on. All right. Wide feet. Turn the left toes out. Wedge the right. Warrior 2. So warrior 2 to the left. This time we're going to take an extended side angle. So we're going to take left elbow to thigh, right hand to hip. Open up your rib cage to the front. All right, now from here, see if you can take that right arm to the ceiling. Then from here, see if you can extend it beyond your ear. Nice. Press into the outer edge of your back foot. Feel your arch lift. Extend out through your crown, your fingertips. Hold it here. Find your breath. Now, if this feels okay here and you want to take it deeper, you can slide that hand down. As long as the rib cage doesn't cave forward, you can bring the fingers to the floor or maybe to a block. Nice. Inhale, press up, pivot to the other side. Warrior 2 to the right. Yes, this is so good for the coordination too, that transition. All right, now let's exhale. Right elbow to thigh, left hand to hip. Open up your rib cage. All right, what's going to happen with this top arm? Reach it up. Maybe extend. Yeah, perfect. Press into the outer edge of that back foot, holding it here. Now again, if you want to try sliding the hand toward the floor to a block, go there, as long as you don't compromise that open rib cage. All right, inhale, press up. Beautiful. Step the feet together. Give yourself a little shake. Whatever you have to do here. So far, so good? Thumbs up. Got this? All right. All right, so now we're going to add on. So we're going to add a little bit of a flow here from extended side angle to a triangle pose. So let's take our wide stance. Turn the left toes out, wedge the right. Come right back into your warrior two to the left. All right, now let's exhale into that extended side. This time you can keep your elbow on the thigh, reach up and over. All right, so now what we're going to do, on the exhale breath, we're going to reach that arm forward, kind of scoop it forward and down. And then inhale all the way back and up, and then straighten that left leg to triangle. Yes. Exhale, bend and scoop. Inhale, straighten and reach. Exhale, bend and scoop. Inhale, straighten and reach to triangle. Exhale, bend and scoop. Inhale, straighten and reach. Now we're going to hold our triangle. So triangle pose, you're pressing the feet away from each other. That right hip is pressing back, the crown forward, right? So let's get some space on the underside of the body. Make sure the rib's not coming down. So if you come down low and your rib starts to cave, slide up. Get that space, right? We're looking for space here. Stack your arms. Last breath. Nice. Bend that knee, warrior two. Let's pivot. Warrior two to the right. Yes. All right. Here we go. Same thing this side. Extended side angle, so you know where to go here. Now let's get that flow going. As big as you can with that arm. Exhale, reach and scoop. Inhale, all the way back up and straighten that right leg. Exhale, whoop, bend and scoop. Inhale, open. Exhale, bend and scoop. Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Hold your triangle. For exhaling, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 3, 2, 1. Bend into your knee, warrior two, and press up. Excellent. Very good. Shake it out. All right. So now we're going to add one more piece, one more challenge. So you can choose to do it or not to do it. If you like your blocks, keep one handy at each end of your mat. We're going to work what's called half moon. So you can choose to stay in your triangle for a couple more breaths or work the balance. You choose. And use whatever prop you have, even your couch. And you have walls. If you can find a wall to sort of press up against and work the half moon, you can press up against your wall. So know that you can do that. All right. Everybody ready to roll? Take your step, feet wide apart. Star. All right, now let's move into our warrior two to the left. Exhale, extended side angle. Next exhale, scoop down. Inhale, rise up to triangle. All right, so here's your triangle. Open up that rib cage. Imagine that right shoulder blade is pressing the wall behind you. Now, if you want the balance, follow me. If you want to stay in triangle, just hang out here. Take your right hand to your hip, took me a minute there, bump up the back foot. If you have a block or a prop or a couch, whatever it is, we're going to try to lift that back leg, straighten the left. Your hand can rest here on your block or on whatever prop you have. Maybe you can reach the floor. Now let's open up that hip so that that glute, the right glute, would be touching the wall behind you. Then open up your right shoulder blade. Press that into the wall behind you. Ooh. All right, then from there, see if you can straighten your top arm. Maybe now you could hover the hand, you could release the block. Play around with it. Spend some time here. If you fatigue, come on out. If you lose the balance or tumble out of it, that's okay too. No, you always have that option as well to just hold on to your triangle. But it's always fun to work the balance a little bit. All right, one more breath here. Now let's drop that back foot, come back into warrior two. Nice and gracefully, right? Like dancers. All right, let's take it to the other side. Pivot, warrior two, other side. All right, exhale, extended side angle. Hold on here for your inhale. Now on your exhale, scoop down. Inhale, straighten all the way up. All right, so here's your triangle pose. Now you can hang out here, or if you want the balance, follow me. Left hand to hip, bump that back foot up, grab your block. So now this front knee, the right knee is bent. Start to straighten it and see if that left leg lifts. Now here, that hip might be pointing downward. See if you can open up that glute to the wall behind you. Then your left shoulder blade. Then maybe take the arm high. Then you can practice hovering if you like. Again, against the wall, this is such a great feeling. It can really open up. You're not as worried about balance. So if you want to give it a try against the wall, go there. Now, all the while here, we're breathing, right? Just remember, if you stumble, fall, that's all part of the practice, right? One more breath. All right, let's lower down, warrior two. Inhale to center. And let's step our feet back together. Ah, nice. Cross your arms, bend your knees, and let's just hang down here in a ragdoll pose of choice. So just sway side to side. Maybe swing your arms, whatever it is you need here. On your next exhale, keep your knees bent and roll up your spine. All right, so now I'm going to turn my mat back. You can do that as well if you like, or if you want to, stay where you are, that's fine as well. Just trying to keep this a little clearer on the camera. All right, so we're back to the top of the mat. Hands to heart. Call back to mind your intention, your 3 anchors of mindfulness. Let's take a big inhale. Exhale, fold. Now from here, we're going to step back to plank pose. So we did this before in Sané. We're going to hang out in our plank. So step back, find your plank. So your knees could be up or down, right? From here, you're either going to exhale, send your sit bones up to downward dog, or if you're on your knees, you're going to send your sit bones back to child's pose. And then inhale, come forward, sink the hips open, and exhale, child's pose. Or plank to down dog to plank. So you choose your flow. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. So see if you can find your own flow of breath. All right, now the next time you inhale forward to plank, let's hold it here. Push the floor away, whether you're on your knees or knees are lifted. Grip the floor for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, down dog or child's pose for 5, 4. Now don't adjust your feet or hands here, because typically when you're in plank pose and you press up to down dog, that's where your feet and hands should be. 2, 1. Beautiful. Drop down to your knees if you're not there. Send your sit bones back. Take a child's pose. Rest your arms alongside your legs. Soften your head. First time we've been to the floor in this whole practice. Crazy, right? We were on our feet quite a while. So just enjoy this. Give yourself that moment. Tune into your breath. Feel it against the thighs. Now let's come up to tabletop. So we're going to come into a very strong tabletop pose here. So let's set it up, wrists beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips, spread your fingers. So we're gripping the floor with the fingertips, knuckles, palms and heels. Press into your lower legs a little bit. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to count down from 3. And when we get to that 1, I want you to push as hard as you can into your lower legs and your hands, holding a really strong tabletop, engaging your abs. For 3, 2, 1, go. Press in. Turn your abs on, push the floor away. Keep on breathing. Now on your next exhale, navel to spine, chin to chest, cat pose. Inhale, sit bones open, belly lowers, shoulders away from the ears. Beautiful. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Close your eyes. Flow with your breath. All right, on your next exhale, send your sit bones back toward your heels. Take a child's pose of choice. So a little bit more recovery time again. Soften any tension you're holding on to. All right, let's press back up to tabletop. So we're going to come back into a plank pose. All right, so again, this can be knees up or down. So if the knees are down, remember, you want to take that little step back with your knees, right? And push the floor away. All right, still rounding through the upper back. Knees lifted. So let's take a plank. We're going to take a side plank to the right. So whatever variation you're in, drop your heels over to the left. Now here you can drop that left knee to the floor if you need to, or keep the knees lifted. See if you can open up your right arm, reach it toward the sky. All right, so we're going to get a little movement here. So remember that left knee is to the floor or lifted. Exhale, reach forward, scoop, down, inhale, take it all the way up and around. Press your hips high. Exhale, scoop, inhale, press the hips high. Last one, exhale, scoop. Inhale, press the hips high, reach, hold it here. And back to plank. Lower down to those knees. Sit bones back, child's pose of choice. So take care of your wrists. Tough stuff, guys. We're really building strength here. So take care of yourself. Be sure to recover between each pose. All right, let's take it back to our plank. So remember, if you're keeping that knee down, it's the left knee down. You're going to point that toe back and the other leg long. Those of you who want to try full plank, knees are lifted, drop the heels to the right. Inhale, lift the left arm. So we're all lifting the arm, whether the knee is dropped or not. On your exhale, scoop down. Inhale, all the way up and back. Press the hips high. Exhale, scoop. Inhale, press up high. Exhale, scoop. Inhale, rise. Press those hips. Push through that right hand. Gaze to your top hand if you can. Hold it. Keep breathing. Nice. Release back to plank. Lower the knees. Send your sit bones back. Child's pose of choice. And know here too, if you'd rather, you can always take a crocodile pose. You can come onto your belly. All right. So now we're going to come back either to a tabletop or a downward dog. You choose. Let's all take the right leg high. Hold for the exhale. On your inhale, step that right foot up between your hands. So from tabletop or down dog, lower down to that left knee. Now let's take both hands inside that right foot, right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to wiggle that right foot up and out a little bit. We're going to come into lizard pose. So we want to create that space. This is another great time for the blocks. So on your exhale, you're hinging at the hip, lowering down inside that leg. All right. Maybe the block, you can bring your forearms to the block, dial it in at any height. Maybe you have the flexibility to bring those forearms to the floor. That's cool too. So find your edge as long as your spine stays long. Now notice that right knee. Try not to let it splay out. See if you can hug it in close to your right shoulder. Now one more option, if you choose to do it, you can lift off of the left knee. So you can have that knee lifted. This is a really deep stretch. So play around with it. Fit yourself into the pose. Remember, you're finding your own edge. Now, one more option if you want to try. Maybe shift out onto the outer edge of your right foot. So you're opening the knee outward a bit. What I don't want you to do is just crease the ankle. Try to keep your knee and ankle in a straight line, just shifting onto the edge of the foot. Now, if you've opened that knee, bring it back to the shoulder. If you've lifted the back knee, lower down. Let's press into the hands, rise up, send that leg back, child's pose. So again, big recovery here. Give yourself this time. And again, if you prefer to shift onto your stomach, that might feel really nice here. You can come onto the belly and rest in crocodile. All right. Plank to down dog or child's pose to tabletop. Let's send the left leg high. Hold for the exhale. Inhale, step that left foot up between the hands. Lower down to the right knee. Yes. Both hands come inside the foot. So let's wiggle that foot up and out. Give yourself that space. Exhale, hinge. So you're coming down, lowering down inside here. Even if you're just still on your hands and the elbows are bent, that's great. Maybe you can bring the forearms to the block or the floor. Hug that left knee in toward the shoulder. Decide what you want to do with that back leg, staying on the knee or lifting. Now maybe come on to the outer edge of that left foot. All right, bring that knee back in. Lower the back knee if it's lifted. Press into your hands, rise up. Slide that foot back, taking either your crocodile or child's pose. If you're in crocodile, you might want to shift those hips side to side. Even in child's pose, if you want to wiggle the hips a little bit. We've been doing a lot of strength work today in the legs, the hips. All right, so now we're going to take a pigeon pose. So I'm going to offer you your variations if you want to take a look really quick. The full pigeon can be tough on the knees and the hips. So if full pigeon isn't where you want to go, take the supine pigeon. We would be starting with the right leg. So you're crossing the right ankle over the left knee, and then you're pulling the legs in toward you. So that's your option if you'd rather not do the pigeon from hands and knees. So if you want to go there, start with your right ankle crossed. If you want to try this variation of pigeon pose with me, we'll start in tabletop. Let's send the right leg long. Then we're going to step the right knee up behind the right wrist. Then from here, start to wiggle that right foot toward the left hand. All right. Once you're there, as far as you can go, trying to get that shin as parallel to the top of the mat as you can. Then use this back foot. I like to kind of get on the ball of the foot and then pull the leg long and just keep pulling it and sort of shifting my hips back. Then I can get into that as deep as possible. So if you're shifting way off onto this hip, grab a block, place it underneath there, right? Now the hips are square. So that's important. All right, now let's press into the fingertips. Lift the chest. Next exhale, hinge at the hip crease. All the way down over that bent leg. Maybe the forearms, maybe you're up higher, that's okay. Maybe you like to reach out and stretch. Bring the forehead toward the floor. Find your edge here. This pose is not meant to be comfortable. We all know that, right? Those of us who have been in pigeon before. But you're also not meant to be feeling terrible pain, right? You're finding that edge of your comfort zone, comfortable discomfort. As you rest here in the pose, we're getting deep into the hips. So it's really highly connected to our emotional body. You might notice some thoughts come and go. Just let them pass by like clouds in the sky. Don't dwell on them. Just tune back in, guiding your breath to those tight spots. Seeing if you can breathe in relaxation, breathe out tension. and rise. Press up. So from here, we're going to shift onto that right hip and slide the left leg out to the side. So we're just going to let the sole of the foot rest inside. So if you're on your back, just come on up and send that left leg out, right knee bent. Let's take the left or right hand to the hip and just slide down the length of your left leg. Maybe you can grab a hold with the index and middle finger underneath your ankle. Maybe you want to take that arm high. Maybe you want to reach. Choose your variation here. Inhale, rise up. Nice. So now, supine, come back on your back, cross your left ankle over your right knee, and pull those legs in. Those of you who are on the hands and knees, let's return to tabletop. We'll send that left leg back. Take a step up with that left knee. Wiggle the foot over toward the right wrist. So you're trying to get as close to parallel as you can. Grab into the mat with your back foot. Pull that leg long. Grab in, pull. Nice. Once you're there, if you notice you're shifting off to the side, tuck that block underneath. Now let's press into those fingers. Lift your chest. Exhale, hinge. So we're going to be here probably for about 10 breaths. So we're here for some time, right? That's when you're going to really feel those hips starting to release, emotions starting to release. Just go with it. Tune into your breath. Again, thoughts come and go. Now let's press up. Shift off onto that left hip, slide the right leg around. A little side bend here. Take your left hip, hand to hip, slide down that right leg. Decide where you want to go with that top arm on this side. Inhale, rise up. Let's open the legs nice and wide leg seated pose. So give yourself a moment to make adjustments. I like to kind of push into my hands and scoot my hips back. So it already gives me that little hinge, right? We're pressing into the sit bones. So we're going to start to make a big circle. So we're going to reach out toward the left leg, forward toward the right, and up and back. So just draw a big circle with your hands, trying to reach as far as you can in every direction, right? All right, let's take it the other way. All right, this time when you scoop around, stop at center. Plant your hands. All right, then see if maybe you can start to walk the hands a little further forward. Get as much space here as you can. Once you're there, soften your head. And rise back up. Nice. Bring those legs in. Just shift them side to side. Just rest your hands behind you. Yeah. Side to side a little bit. Release any tension in the hips. All right. And then from here, let's roll down to our backs. Hug the knees in. Rock side to side. All right, let's drop the feet to the floor. Open your arms wide. Send your right leg high. Cross it all the way over your left leg. Scoot your hips off to the right and let your knees fall to the left. Now let's return to center. Unwind. Scoot your hips off to the left. Send your left leg high and cross it all the way over. And then let your knees fall right. Wide chest, shoulders open. Return to center. Unwind the legs. Open up to a full body symmetrical stretch. Balance out the sides of your body. See if you can grow a half an inch between each vertebrae. Then press your low back into the floor for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Let it all go. Take your final relaxation pose. That could be Shavasana. Maybe you want to drape those legs over your couch or chair. Maybe you want to take your legs up the wall. You choose. And just give yourself a moment to settle into your pose. Give yourself a couple wiggles and get your jacket, your blanket, your socks, whatever it is that you need. Begin to allow the muscles of your body surrender to gravity, releasing around the bones. Once you feel comfortable and still in your space, let's bring our awareness to things in our lives that we are grateful for. Give gratitude the chance to come up naturally. And when it comes up, let yourself sink into the feeling. Surrender to it. Notice how it feels in your body, how your energy feels. And if it doesn't come up, that's okay. You don't need to try to make yourself feel it. Just surrender to your heart, not your head. So let's flash through the aspects of your life that you might be grateful for. First, bring your awareness to your breath as you inhale and you exhale. Take comfort in the fact that each of these breaths gives you life. Then become aware of your heart beating, pulsing, filling you with love, compassion, and peace, and flowing each back out. Bring your awareness to your eyes that let you see color, faces, smiles, and nature, and even your own self in the mirror. Bring your awareness to your ears that beam in sounds of life, music, laughter, the voices of those you love, and the silence. Bring your awareness to your nose that smells the ocean breeze, the aroma of sweet perfume, flowers, trees, newly cut grass, delicious smells that come from the kitchen, cookies baking in the oven, or the cozy smell of a warm fire in the fireplace. Bring your awareness to your lips and mouth that tastes, savors, and nourishes, speaks, whispers, and sings or prays. Bring your awareness to your hands that hold, touch, open and close, squeeze and applaud, and the arms and shoulders that carry, hug, lift, and stretch. Your feet or toes that transport you, help you walk, run, dance, kick, leap, wiggle, dangle, and point. What about your tears, worries, and sorrows, and the strength that you are able to muster to get through each day? Bring your awareness to your abundance, your ability to grow and see the potential in every moment. Now just breathe and feel more grace and ease. Now experience the warmth, love, and compassion that gratitude brings into your heart. Drift your awareness to the nurturing relationships in your life, new ones and older ones, to material things that came to you unexpectedly and those that required great effort, commitment, and hard work. Think of love in your life and your connection to those things that just feel right. When we no longer take life for granted, we are filled with a joyful gratitude for everything that we have. Peace, peace, peace. Take a moment now when you feel ready to begin to bring some movement to your fingers, your toes, your head and neck. Then gently rub the palms of your hands together. And place the warmed hands over your eyes. Open your eyes to the warmth and energy of your own hands. And then slowly draw your hands down and let in the light of day. Take a moment to do what feels natural here. Maybe massage your temples, your forehead. Maybe open up to a stretch or hug your knees into your chest. When you feel ready, take a moment to roll to the right side of your body. And allow the weight of your body, the weight of your emotions, your thoughts, all melt away from your heart. And even for just this one moment, let your heart feel light. When you feel ready to return to your seat, rise slowly and carefully. And once in your seated pose, since we've already spent several moments in gratitude, we'll just take a moment to acknowledge the positive energy that each of us has brought into this space today. And together, we say, Namaste. Thank you.